Hello everyone, welcome to some more gameplay for Elite Dangerous, Gamma 105. Starting off this time with Thagard Dock. I have no idea what system I'm in. LHS 229 system. For those of you who have been watching on Twitch, I'm pretty sure that the stream cut out, and unfortunately I wasn't recording locally, but the stream cut out just as I dropped off to go to explore an unidentified signal source, and dropped out of frame shift. And it was one of the typical encounters where there's one other ship. Scan the ship, see that it's somebody who's elite, who's clean. I'm thinking, hey, we'll just pass each other and move on. And he gets right up to my nose, and with one shot, I'm done. Just boom. So that was a fun experience. That's the first time that's ever happened. I don't think I was playing on the servers. I think I was actually playing in solo. But that just goes to show you that once someone is rated as elite, it's a whole other kind of proposition. So I've been sort of meandering towards Seoul and got a little bit too focused on just doing that, and ultimately discovered that I was running out of money. So I've kind of taken a pause here. There's no good jobs here, which kind of sucks. So let's go ahead and see what'll get me one step closer to Seoul. There's Seoul that way, and I've kind of established that I need to go kind of down. When I'm not encumbered with stuff, I can do a pretty good length jump these days. You know, am I just not seeing it? Where's my current range? So Seoul is down here. But that looks like where I want to go. So I'm going to go ahead and head that way. And just see if we can't... and that's LHS 1963. That's GOMAT. I don't think I can make it all the way to GOMAT. But yeah, that's too far. Or maybe not. Can I go as far as GOMAT? No. I cannot. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to LHS 1963. I want to bring them something they can use. My ability to actually figure out what the right thing is to buy to go to certain systems has been pretty hit or miss. Usually what I'm finding is if I go through here and start at the top with stuff that they have a supply of, they have a high supply of it, they've got lower than the galactic average. Typically I find that when I do this, I can at least make some money. I've had a few where I've actually not made money, which has been bad. But I'm assuming this means we've got a high supply here, so we're going to see really low costs here, which looks like we are. What else am I seeing? Algae. But I'm not seeing them exporting it to 1963. See, this one is exporting to 1963. It's coffee. I mean, Jesus, who doesn't drink coffee? I mean, come on, man. Let's see if we can do this right. I think I've already got 1963 set as my destination. No? There it is, 1963. Let's exit. And let's see if we can do it. I'm toying with the idea of doing pre-recorded stuff for a while for Elite Dangerous, just because the travel times, for whatever reason, recently the travel times from the stars to the docks where I need to go is just, 15 minutes, where I just basically point my ship in that direction and kind of hope for the I just let it sit while I do other things and check email. So it doesn't make much sense to me to make you guys sit through that unless I'm gonna have like a very specific thing that I'm gonna be fooling around with. I don't want to waste everybody's time and spend a lot of time doing goofy stuff. So, all right. I'm currently using a hauler, and my habit has been to take a look at anything that I come across. I mean, if I come across any interesting stuff, unidentified signal sources, that kind of things, nav points, just check them out, see what I can find. And 9 times out of 10 I've had great success with finding guys that I can take on, even if with my one lone hard point, and succeed with. But after seeing that one elite guy, from here on out, when I see they're elite, regardless of their status, I'm bugging out until I get myself something with a little bit more firepower. You know, it bugs me that I can't consult with my systems during shift. I'm not really sure why that is. Let's see what we've got. Hardy Hub. I've been here before. This is a good system because this, at least for this, Hardy Hub is right here. You don't have a lot of weight as far as travel time is concerned. And this is going to tell me to slow down. There we go. My goal really here is, as I move towards Seoul, to try and just pocket some cash where I can. Look at that. The textures for the planets are just really so improved. I am coming down with something too, so I apologize for the sniffling and the coughing. So let's go here, see if we can't make a little money on my coffee. It's a scientific outpost. Scientists need coffee. They got to keep going. It's the go juice, right? All right. So we're within range now to make contact. And there we go. We're going to be on pad 2. I'm not sure we're facing the right way for pad 2. A little sideways jog will answer that question. And no, I do not believe we are. So this little rotational thing I put myself on should take care of it. Let's go ahead and put the gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's see. There we go.
Docking successful.
All right. Let's sell some coffee. Yay, profit. that's all I had in my cargo hold. And it is. Let's take a quick look at where we're going to go next. I want to go down to Ross 986. The Ross 986, thank you very much. Let's see if we can get there straight away. Ross 986, outstanding. Okay. Let's do it. So I'm not real sure what I'm expecting from going to Earth. I don't have any I guess I was thinking on some level that I might be able to get more profitable jobs, but I can't help thinking that actually in the core systems where we started, it would actually make economic sense for that not to be the case, right? With established big carriers doing their thing, it would be out in the hinterlands where you need folks to move stuff from A to B, where there's a less established way for things to go around. But I figured I'd just do it, and then head back. Particularly since I've got an Eagle parked way out in the hinterlands, where I belong. I've already boosted my jump range pretty heavily. I need to come up with about another 150 grand to. I'm not even sure it needs to be that much, but I think I can boost it pretty well. I know I can double it with a $150,000 increase in my frame shift drive. So that'd be pretty awesome. It'd be easy to get right back where I started from a little quicker. I'm not sure how much actual game time it's taken me to head the star. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been that bad. Alright. Let's see where we gotta go. I am not sure. Nakasone Terminal. So let's go there. Another one that's relatively close. See, I'm liking this. I like systems where I don't have to spend 20 to 30 minutes coasting to get to the damn terminals. I don't understand these systems where the stations are 100,000 light seconds away from the star. So I like to avoid those when I can. See, I was just going to start talking about interdictions. Whoa. Where the hell did it go? There it is. I'm usually pretty good at being able to avoid these if I want to. Whenever I go onto non-solo servers, for some reason, this escape vector does what you just saw it do a couple of times, where it just completely pops up somewhere else. So that's never good. I'm not horribly opposed to pretty much taking on anybody who wants to interdict me. I definitely learned my lesson from that elite guy, but I don't like to do it usually when I'm carrying cargo. I prefer to do it when I'm not. Particularly if I'm carrying somebody else's cargo. If it was a situation where I just kind of had junk I was carrying, then that's a little bit different. But if I've actually taken on a contract, I don't think the game probably penalizes me in any way for that. I mean, if you get killed when you're moving the cargo, that's, you know, you pay a penalty for dying. Whoa. Okay, this is the very first time I've ever seen a red station of this size. And that's not where I want to go. I want to go to the other end, which I should have been able to tell from the cool little graphics at the top. We can go ahead and ask for a seat at the table.
Docking request granted.
I kind of like it with the mood lighting there. Don't I put out the red light, Roxanne? You don't have to put on the red light, Roxanne. I know. I sing a little better when I'm not sick, but not much, so I really don't have much of an excuse. Alright, so we're going to get to our booties to pad 29. Oh, look, Sod Kruger. The House of Sod is Krugering, which is kind of nice, I guess, for the House of Sod. Going to pad 29, which is right there. We'll put the gear down because that's the good manners thing to do. We always want to use our good manners. Do a little low and slow for the traffic so they can get a nice view at the underside of my hull because, you know, the kids in the back seat all want to see the spaceships. You know how it is. And we gently put ourselves down.
Successful. Engines disengaged.
Alright, do a little refueling. Check the repair situation. And bulletin board and sell. Thank you very much. This is... I'm not going back to Lushurtha. No, thank you. Outfitting. Let's see what we got going on. I still have virtually nothing. So my range right now is unladen 13.2. Laden is 10.5. So even with full cargo bays, I'm pretty jazzed as far as what I can accomplish. Shield generator is still a C rating. I'd kind of like to get that up, but I just don't have the cash. The next big jump is a huge pile of money. So where I'm going to go next is... Wolf 294. Yeah, we're gonna go to Wolf. Well, yeah, let's go to Wolf 294. That looks like a, you know, but Ross is a really good crossroads, and I'm not seeing much in terms of. I would have expected a lot more commerce from Ross 986, frankly, but I'm not seeing it. So let's try Wolf 294. We'll go back. We'll try to do something on the commodities market. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, Wolf 294 supposedly buys bauxite. The galactic average is 209, and I can buy it for 103. That's a pretty damn good profit margin. So let's see if I have just screwed myself. I'm assuming I'm reading this right. If somebody is looking at me going, dude, Rebel, what are you thinking, man? That's not how this works at all. Just please message me. Please tell me how I'm screwing this up. Because I really want that part to work for me. We'll do that for I'm already set. And we'll escape out of that. And then we will go to launch. Yeah, whenever you get lit up from a pad is always iffy for me. It seems to remember previous navigational instructions. So I usually have my finger on the, the 0 throttle button,
Landing gear retracted.
and then I'm sitting on the go up button just to ensure that if there's anything wonky happening, I can get the hell out of Dodge really fast. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick up the acceleration here a little
Scan
bit.
detected.
And we're clear. Lots and lots of targets. I'm just surprised there's not a lot more commerce going on. With all these ships, with this being such a huge crossroads, I just not getting it.
Frameshift drive charging.
All right. What did I buy? Bauxite? Is that what I bought? All right. Let's go. See, another system that's just right Johnny on the spot with having its docks right there by the star. I like it. There's an unidentified signal source up there to the left. I think I'll go ahead and just dock here first and see what I can sell this stuff for. I may have to go to a different location within this system to try and sell it. I'd love to hear from all of you what you think about how repetitive this is becoming. I know I'm getting a repetitive vibe. I'm kind of doing a repetitive thing in terms of sort of just moving cargo and things like that. But my next step is going to be to start doing a little bit more of the bounty hunting kind of thing. I've actually kind of enjoyed it when I've taken that aspect on in this ship. I figure if I get back to my Eagle, I can go out and pretty much make my primary focus tracking down folks that are wanted and then taking them out. But for those of you who are doing other stuff, for those of you who are doing the mining, for those of you who are just doing strictly cargo, for those of you who are doing bounty hunting, for those of you who are trying to live off of exploring, you say each of those things and it sounds like a pretty wide variety of things to do, but you pick one of those things and then it seems like it all feels the same pretty quickly. And I'd love to see if that sounds right to you, if it sounds like that's what's happening. Don't get me wrong, I think this is a great game. I enjoy it. I think it needs something to spice it up. It's going to need, and we're still at Gamma 105. We're really close to shipping, but it's going to need something to spice this stuff up. It's going to need some random things that happen to sort of, I don't know. At least that would be the beginning of something that it needs. Would be a little bit more random encounters or, something.
Landing gear deployed.
right.
Engines disengaged.
Let's see if I can sell this junk at a profit. Yay! I swear to God, it has been so rare for me to make profit on these things in a lot of recent stuff. It's been primarily when I rely on doing something like this, right? If I rely on this and I look for stuff exported to for the desk, if I put this to where I'm gonna go, and I look only at exported to, invariably I get screwed. So I stopped doing that and just went with galactic average. And now two things have to be satisfied for me to buy it. One, when I hover over something they have, it has to say they sell it to the star that I want it to go to, and the galactic average has to be higher than what I'm paying for it. I usually like it to be at least twice what I'm paying for it, or at least in that ballpark. So in a lot of cases you can't do that. Like here you can't do that. Here you can't, well, you can't do it because it's going for way more than it should. But anyway, that's kind of how I've been approaching this stuff. Where am I going to go next? Let's see. I am currently at Wolf 294. If I want to keep going to Sol, I need to go to SPF LF1 or Duamta. All right, where is Luton's star? There is Luton's star, and it's one jump, but it's not the direction I want to go. But you know what? From Luton's star, I think I might be able to jump to SPFLF. Let's give it a shot. That's a quick, almost $4,000. Yeah, let's do it. Luton Star, there we go, yada yada, and let's launch. Did I not load up on fuel? Yeah, I did. So, in discussions with other people about things like Star Citizen, what we just did, right? We landed, we went and talked about changing out, had opportunities to change out gear if we wanted to. We had, we got a cargo. What would that have been like in Star Citizen? I would have had to climb out of the ship. I would have walked into a town. I would have talked to people. The process would have been much prolonged with a lot of walking around. And a lot of people argue that's immersion. And I guess at first it is. I guess when you first do that, that's cool and sexy and yay. I'm just wondering how many times you do that before it just gets, instead of being new and cool and sexy, it's old. And then you start to pine for the days when in an Elite Dangerous you could just dock, go to a screen, do it, and be done. And I can't help wondering if in Star Citizen they will, maybe not at first, but eventually opt for something where you can do that on a screen, where you can be sitting in your cockpit or go to another station on your ship and digitally manage the business you want to conduct without having to walk your butt into town, right? Maybe for some stuff you have to walk into town. Maybe there's almost an RPG element to maybe the black market stuff, or that kind of, or if you're engaging in espionage, whatever you're doing, maybe that stuff all has to be done in person. There it is. McNair Gateway is the only option, so I'm guessing. No, Ashby City. Where the hell's Ashby City? Oh, there it is. Okay, excellent. So, Ashby City. And I'm going 0. Why am I going 0? Alright, so there's Ashby City. We'll go and we'll take care of this. Let's see if... And look at that. I think we can go to the... I can even jump all the way to Duamta from here. So that's awesome. So only 2 or 3 more jumps and I'll be in Seoul. We can kind of poke around there. And then we'll do the big run back to the Ross 210 area, the Chimaku area. Just because that's where my second ship is, and you know, a lot of profit to be had over there. One question I have for folks that are doing the early thing. Now, I've been involved for a little over a year, and I'm wondering, do we get wiped when everything goes production, when everything actually starts to go with folks joining who are just buying the game straight after being ready? That would kind of suck. For those of you interested, I am gaming with a combination of a Logitech Pro Force 3D Pro and a keyboard, and then I also use the, which end do I want to go with? Yeah, where I also use the mouse when I get into Starbases. Just to be, you know, I had the full-on throttle collective rudder setup. With a Logitech G, I think it's a 940. Is that what they call that thing? Yeah. Didn't like the paddles. Didn't like the rudders. It didn't feel right for whatever reason. And this is from somebody who, you know, I'm not a pilot, but I've flown a plane before. I've done sort of the trial flight for flight training, and I've been through ground school. And I've been through real cockpit simulators in ground school. And when I finally go ahead and get my pilot's license, I'm sure I feel fine with the pedals in those environments. So I don't think it's just a problem relating to me and foot pedals, but it just something about doing it in this particular instance did not feel right. And I have a hard time explaining that. But anyway, this setup works a lot better for me. The part that was, and I think here's the difference, it was really landing. Landing was a huge pain in the butt with that setup, and I get a lot of people mapped up, down, left, right, forward, backward to hat switches and whatnot. I'm on 43. Let's do the gear. Let's stop. Where's 43? There's 43.
Landing gear deployed.
But it wasn't working for me. My landing skills sucked that way. So what I've done is when I'm landing, I'm using the overrides really with keyboard controls to manage it, and that works better for me, at least just in terms of getting it done. I know some folks who are saying to install auto docking components on your ship. What a freaking waste of space to do that. You know, I'd rather give that to cargo than to do something like that. You know, but it's your personal choice, I suppose. But I wouldn't waste the space on a ship unless I had an abundance of extra space I wasn't using. So, all right, and let's see what kind of wear and tear. We got 6%. Let's just take care of that. Let's see what this station has to offer in terms of cool stuff. See, I love these stations that just have freaking everything. I'd love to get a improved frame shift drive, but as I said, I need to look at that. Jeez. Fully laden, I could do an 18.9 light year jump. That's pretty freaking awesome. But I can come up with, that's not a lot. I mean, I can come up with that. That'll be awesome if I can do that. Okay, what else? Is there anything else? I've already got a Class A power distributor. Ooh, power plant. Let's see, I can't, yeah. What else? Basic discovery, shield generators, Class C. Excuse me. All right, so we're not doing that. Where are we? We are on Luton Star, and we need to go to Seoul. So we are going to go to Duamta. I like that. Duamta. Let's see if there's anything to Duamt. There's nothing. G9949. Let's see where G9949 is. G9949. G99. Where are you? There it is. Totally the wrong way. Alright, so let's go to... let's just go to Duamata. Let's just make that jump. Let's take that leap of faith. We'll go to the commodities market. And we will... Let's see. They've got a high supply of this crap. And... food cartridges. I'm not sure I'm going to see Duamata on any of this. No, there's Duamata. Yeah, let's see. Atmospheric processors. Our supply is low. Power generators. There, these supplies, these to Duamata. Water purifiers. Let's get water purifiers. This may make it so I have to do multiple jumps to get to Duamata. Let's see if that's true. Nope. Fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. Let us go to Duamata. I'm just trying to figure out what my happy place is going to be in a game like this. I just feel like I'm doing the same crap over and over. There needs to be some sort of a magical way that we integrate what feels like more of a social network, you know, like maybe a crawl of rumors where if you pursue them, you discover cool stuff, or something along those lines, which I'm sure will probably be the equivalent of a bar in something like Star Citizen. But I'd almost like, you know, I was almost doing this as a joke. I was talking to my kids the other day, and I was saying, you know, when I do this, I'm going to totally be the Smokey and the Bandit guy of this. And maybe that's what we need. We need, like, the equivalent of the CB radio, right? And it's not like they can't do it. I mean, in-game chat has been around since, you know, this whole online gaming thing got started. But it would make sense to have non-player characters be able to be in there as well, who are handing out info. Like, hey, I just saw a huge combat going on over in this sector, or in this star system over near this planet, or whatever, to sort of point stuff out to folks, whatever. But there's something that needs to interrupt the monotony of going from A to B. And it doesn't necessarily need to be an interdiction, but choices, right? So they've already got that in terms of unidentified signal sources, and I get that. But it'd be nice to be able, with sensors, to determine the sexiness of those things, right? Right now you don't know the sexiness, so sometimes you'll fall out of jump, and you'll go and you'll look, and okay, all right. It'd be nice to get some kind of input on what's going on. Yeah, just thinking out loud. But if right now I come into this system and, you know, it was to say, you know, a communication buffer loading, and on comms I get a roll of what non-player characters have been saying, that kind of thing. Alright, let's see how far away this bad boy is. That's not bad at all. See, that's great. I love that. See, I don't have to go driving forever to get to where I want to go. It's a beautiful thing. If in this scenario, does the quality of your thrusters affect your ability to stay within the escape vector? Or that, I mean, does that even play into it? It'd be kind of interesting to get that question answered. Someone probably already knows it who's been tracking this game since day one, but frankly, I'm not a read the forums, wiki searching guy. I tend to only go look for something when it's become a problem for me. God, I have to admit, though, this is one of those games where you sit down to play an hour and you sort of look up at the clock and it's 8 hours later. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I mean, I know what it means when I'm playing Civilization 5 or any Civilization and I play for hours and hours. But is it because I'm just doing so much what feels like life maintenance in this game? Alright, pad 13, lucky 13. Bring it home, baby.
Scan detected.
Yeah, scan this, baby. I forget what I'm carrying, but it's like food processors or some baloney. Something along those lines, I think. Alright, gear down. There's pad 13. Let's...
Landing gear deployed.
Let's go nose down a little bit here so we can make it all happen.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Alright, let's see what everybody needs. What do y'all need? Think of me as your own personal Santa Claus. Yay! Everybody needs water purifiers. Look at that. Submit. Nothing like some cash. Let's see what we got here. Bulletin board. Soul. I'm going to Seoul. Burnell Station. Are you going to Seoul? No. Alright, so I've got cargo for Seoul. That's kind of awesome. I don't know why I care about this. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see here. Explosives. No. 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 Nope. And nope. And nope. Nope. Let's see. Okay, let's look at mediums. Anything going to Seoul? Mediums going to Seoul. Well, let's screw that. Just look for anything going to Seoul. 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 Okay, so hydrogen fuel. Galactic average is 179. I'd be paying more than galactic average. That would be dumb. No. And no. And no. Nope. 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 All right, this gets exported to Seoul. It's bio waste. I hate bio waste, and it's not much profit. What the hell does Seoul consume? Oh my god, there's a station named after Gorbachev? Galileo, I get. Gorbachev, don't get. Li Qingzhao, wasn't he a... isn't he that author guy that was locked up by the Chinese for all those years? Abraham Lincoln, thank you very much. Burnell, don't know who that is. Daedalus, I know what that is, that's cool. Columbus, also good. Titan, okay, fine. Alright, folks, screw it. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. We got to go. Repairs, I may need a little, 3%. Oh, let's see if we can select Seoul. I don't know why this matters so much to me. Oh, but I can't select Seoul. I can! There it is! Oh, permit required. Why do I need a permit? I thought I got all the permits because I was an early guy. No, huh? Alright, fine. Be that way. Alright, then once I get to Seoul, take a break.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Here we go, kids. We are heading for Seoul, the home system. Like salmon swimming upstream. But hopefully without quite the ending where we have sex and then die. That wouldn't be cool at all. At least, you know, the last part wouldn't be cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
Burnell Station. Baby, we're home. We're home. It's so beautiful. The familiar stars of home. I really kind of just want to go check out Earth. I know this is kind of weird, but... You know, I'd almost expect space stations and docking platforms and all this other stuff. I would expect them to look different the closer in to the central planet you get versus out in the hinterlands, right? I would expect almost all stations in the Sol system to have been glommed onto, added onto, expanded, all that kind of stuff. I mean, doesn't that make sense? But they all look the same. I just don't think... I don't know. Maybe I'm just too picky.
Docking request granted.
There we go. And we're facing the wrong way, of course. Wait, that's not right. That's pad 5. Where the hell's pad 2? Where are you? There we go. That's my pad. And I think we're also on the wrong side for that one. And we'll put the gear down. Whoa.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go.
Docking successful.
That was pretty awesome,
Engines
if I do
disengaged.
say so myself. Like a glove! Okay, refuel, bulletin board. There you go. Bulletin board, look at all this stuff. I could go back to Dumata with that. All right, so I think I'm gonna call it there, folks. The next part's gonna be going, kind of just visiting each planet. It's gonna be a walk down memory lane, visiting the old homestead, and I'll probably check you guys out then. Until then, thanks for wasting your time watching me play a game.